What's up everyone? I have a 5 shrimp victory for you today, and I honestly thought this would be way easier to get than it actually was. Shrimp, as many of you may know, a 2-3 unit. Its ability is when you sell a unit, it gives another of your units plus 1 HP. So maybe you could argue that you can scale with shrimp, but HP scaling is not good enough. You need something else in addition to that. But I thought it would be a lot easier than it was because it's just a tier 2 unit. So basically, if you can survive in the early game and get a seal or a monkey or a dragon or some sort of scaling late game, you can make 5 shrimp work like with just any other unit. Unfortunately, I was quite mistaken in that assumption because shrimp, when you pick it up early, it costs you some games. Like you can see here, I have such a good setup, almost level 3 otter on turn 3, and that's basically what gets to carry me this game. Otherwise, if I were to just take shrimps like I am, it wouldn't result in me winning. I would just lose all my lives and have to restart the game. Thankfully, Otter is just too good even after its change. Like all the while back it was plus 1+1 to a single unit, level 2 was +2+2 to a single unit, so it allowed you to focus on scaling a single unit, which I think was very good, probably better than it is now, but you can see even with the white scaling I get to buff my shrimps relatively equally. The only exception is the shrimp that came in later, so it's a little bit bigger than the rest. And now with the giraffe on the team and the garlic on the bigger shrimp, I think this should be good enough. I'm secretly hoping to lose though, just because I can double dip on the scaling with the snail, and when I sell the snails, the shrimps will get to trigger as well. Thankfully that comes to fruition, and I do. Just because I'm greedy, I decide to sell my best unit on the team, so I can have exclusively shrimps and giraffes on the team, and that way the boss can only hit the shrimps. This team, for this point in the game, I'd say it's quite good, but unfortunately I have some bad matchups. Like this Hippo team just cleans up expertly the backline that I do have, but that's not a big deal. I decide to level up the giraffe here, hoping to get a good tier 5 unit. You know how it is, like seal, monkey, maybe even scorpion for this team to cheese maybe some people until I get on my feet. But unfortunately I did get a rhino, so no good tier 5 unit for me. Thankfully it's not required from what I can see. I'm still winning, barely though, with 1 HP left to spare. And hopefully next turn I get to find some good units. These turns I'm not really sure what I want to be doing. Thankfully a turtle and a pill showed up in the same shop, so it basically decided what I want to spend my gold for me, which always nice to see. And yeah, this team should be good enough maybe. Like the stats aren't too good, but the equipment is fine. And it does indeed result in me winning this round, but maybe it's because my opponent decided to play whale, which isn't a good unit, but I'm not going to be complaining. Here I'm looking for the seal. I even decided not to get any pairs just because I'd rather find chocolates in the shop and seals. Sadly no seal, but I think the monkey was the better option in retrospect, because I'm already at 6 wins and I need to get the seal to level 2, and I need to start feeding it food, and by that point I may be at 9 wins already, or I may have lost. So yeah, it's not a bargain to go for the seal. You can even see that I pass it up in the shop as well. So I'm invested in this monkey and hoping that I get to win as soon as possible, because this team is looking very weak. If not for the equipment and the relatively good stats on the front line, I think this is losing for sure. But thankfully I do manage to win, and I'm hoping to close this game out on turn 12. I believe turn 12 would be the earliest I can win with this team. I even found my 2 shrimps in the shop, so basically what I need to do now is look for equipment or start giving foods like the sushi I just purchased. And hopefully I get to win here. I don't believe I do though. Yeah, sadly I go up against double bison, which relatively close I believe that game was. Only a shrimp, not a shrimp, sorry, cricket left on their backline, which if you're going up against meta teams with this jank team that I'm running right here, I don't think it's bad at all. I make a huge improvement to my team on this turn though. I get both a melon for the strong unit and a steak for the weak shrimp that I decided to include. I'm losing out a bit on the giraffe buffs, but the shrimp would have to go on the team sooner or later, so I decided to go sooner. Sadly one of the melons gets cheesed by the deer, but I don't think I had any hope despite that. Summon teams are just that horrible to face in arena, but what can you do? And this is probably going to be the last turn that I'm keeping this monkey in the team. I was kind of considering if I should put the weaker shrimp at the front to get the full buff from the monkey, but I decided that that's basically suicide mispositioning like that. And I'm very happy I did, because when I faced this team I was like, if I had done the opposite way, the weaker shrimp at the front, I think I would have lost. Thankfully it did end up resulting in a win. And for the final round I'm just dipping on some some shrimp scaling, sad as that may be. But yeah, this is going to be the final team, and I'm very thankful that this won on turn 14. I think no turn 15 win, no turn 15 team would let me win against them. So yeah, thank you for watching, like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I'll see you next time. Take care.